Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm here to read your Just for Today meditation by Narcotics Anonymous. If you have this book, please pull it out and read along with me. Today is July 10th, and the title of today's reading is A Positive Attitude. I'm going to apologize in advance for my air conditioner. I'm sure you can hear it, but I'm not going to turn it off because it's about 100 degrees. Okay, so a positive attitude. A negative attitude is the trademark of active addiction. Everything that occurred in our lives was someone or something else's fault. We had blaming others for our shortcomings down to a fine science. In recovery, one of the first things we strive to develop is a new attitude. We find that life goes a lot easier when we replace our negative thinking with positive principles. While a negative attitude dodged us in our active addiction, all too often it can follow us into the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. How can we begin to adjust our attitudes? By altering our actions. It isn't easy, but it can be done. We can start by listening to the way we talk. Before we open our mouths, we ask ourselves some simple questions. Does what I'm going to speak to the problem or the solution? Does what I'm going to say speak to the problem or the solution? Is what I'm going to say framed in a kind manner? Is what I have to say important, or would everyone just be as well off if I kept my mouth shut? Am I talking just to hear myself talk, or is there some purpose to my words of wisdom? Our attitudes are expressed in our actions. Often it is not what we say, but the way we say it that really matters. As we learn to speak in a more positive manner, we will notice our attitudes improving as well. Just for today, I want to be free of negativity. Today, I will speak and act positively. I love this reading. And I love all these readings because I find that you can, and I always say this, I find that you can apply these readings to your everyday life, whether you're an addict or you're not an addict. Like, having a positive attitude and not being negative. I know a lot of people who never touched a drug or a drink in their life who are negative as hell, and they need this reading. So I always say that. I choose to believe in God. That's my higher power. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to be an addict. This can apply to everyday life. So just a couple things here that I want to say. It's not what we say, but how we say it that matters. That's 100% true. People can. That's why I have a problem with texting. A lot of times, if I have something to say that's somewhat important, I want to speak to you. I want to send you a little video clip, an audio clip, because a lot of times texting can be misconstrued because you can't hear punctuation and expression and context. So it is not what you say, but it is how you say it. Also, I find that even now in my life, recently especially, in the past 2 months or so, I want to say that I've been really trying to strengthen my relationship with God and go back to church and start to get close to Him. And I noticed since I've done that, He shows me when I'm being less of a Christian. And I noticed that it has been very often lately. For those of you who don't know, I have a hormonal imbalance. I'm going to make a whole video on that. I'm still in my journey of trying to perfect things and get to the bottom of things. But I'm 42 years old, and I have something called PMDD, and it is a severe sensitivity to the hormone fluctuation during your cycle time. I'm not going to get too much into that. It's very easy for me to start getting into that. I'm not going to do that now. But ever since I've been dealing with that, the mood swings and the irritability that comes along with it and the rage is real. And I work with the public. I'm a waitress. I just got home from work right now. Please don't mind my appearance. It's 10 o'clock at night. I wanted to get this reading out. And I find it very easy to get super annoyed and aggravated with people's actions. and I don't hide my feelings well at all. I have what we call resting bitch face. You will know what I'm thinking, and I don't even have to say a word. And I don't have a problem telling you either. I'm very outspoken. I'm very loud. That's not always a good thing, I know, but that's just who I am. I'm an Aries. My fellow Aries, you know how we could be. So I listened to this reading, and it reminds me of me today. And I'm coming up on 5 years clean. And I still sometimes struggle with a negative attitude. It's very easy for us to fall into the mindset of what we don't have and what we didn't accomplish and things that we wish we had or wish we looked like or things like that. And it can put us in a negative frame of mind. You know, some of us look in the mirror and just feel awful about who we are. That could put you in a bad frame of mind. Some of us have abusive spouses who talk to you any kind of way. That can put you in negative thought. Just the world we live in today, we live in a different kind of world. Ever since COVID, everything is different. Everything changed. And it's a very negative world. And it's very easy to get annoyed with people, get annoyed with situations, get annoyed with things, and project that negativity out. I'm very grateful to my Lord today because it's crazy. As soon as you start building a relationship with him, he will check you. And every time I start to talk shit about somebody or be judgmental or side-eye somebody with my little attitude, it pops into my head. Jamie, calm down, back up. You're not doing the right thing. I am shown immediately that I'm being out of pocket. And so I'm much more aware of it. So that's why when I saw this reading today, I'm like, oh yeah, this is me. But it's a nice reminder. You know, sometimes we get so busy with everyday life and we're like robots. We wake up in the morning, we have our breakfast, we feed our kids, we put them off to school, we go to work, we pay our bills, and it's sometimes really nice to take a minute and step back and look at yourself. I always say, if you know me, if you follow me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. It's in the description below. It's listed on my channel. I always say, I don't even know what I was going to say. Now I forgot. I always say, what the hell was I just saying? Oh, journaling. It's always good to journal because it makes you stop. Our thoughts could move a mile a minute. You know how many thoughts we have a minute? Some of them are subconscious. We don't even know we're thinking them. We don't even remember. They're fleets of thoughts. Every thousands, probably. And maybe not thousands a minute. You get what I'm trying to say. But if you take that time and sit down with a journal and you write, it slows you down. And when you see those words and you can physically see them on paper, it helps you reflect and learn. Not only that, I have stacks of notebooks that I've been filling out for years. Sometimes I'll go through them and just see where I was in 2009, what kind of person I was, what kind of mind frame was I in. It's sobering. For me, anyway. For me. I can't believe some of the things that I would say, how I would think, how my mind worked. But reflecting on that and looking back on that, it helps us to be a better person tomorrow. So that's what this reading did for me. It made me stop and reminded me, chill with the negativity. It's much more productive to be positive. So anyway, that's going to do it for the reading tonight. Thank you for joining me here. Please subscribe. Please comment. Let me know what you got out of this reading. What do you think about negative, positive? What do you think about this crazy world? Anything, I'm glad to hear your thoughts. Follow me on Instagram. That's in the description, like I said. And have a great night. I will see you here tomorrow.